Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing the results of my dollar cost averaging into VTI. Back on September 12th, 2022, I joined a challenge over on Keenan Grace's Discord over at KG University. So in this video, I'm going to share about that as well as other things that I've learned from being a part of the Discord over the last few years. So for the challenge, I committed to invest into a blue chip stock or ETF for 10 weeks in a row. And I chose to invest into VTI, which is one of my main foundation investments in my portfolio. And when I say foundation, I mean that I'm trying to bring into my portfolio about 60% ETFs, 20% blue chip stocks, 5% for options, 10% for trades, and about 5% cash on hand for buying power. So this video is going to be about investing, long-term investing. I often hear people telling me that it's hard, it's confusing, I don't understand, they don't know what to do. Investing is different from trading and options and covered call strategies and all these different things. That is something different. Investing is something that we can all do at a minimum, and I hope I can really use this video and others to show you how a beginner can build a portfolio for yourself or for your children. VTI. VTI stands for the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. I'm going to give you a little bit of the definition directly from the Public Investing app, and that's where I'm doing this challenge at. An ETF, exchange traded fund, is a basket of securities that may contain hundreds of stocks and bonds and other products. Many investors use ETF as a cost-effective way to diversify their portfolio. Instead of investing in individual securities, you can often gain targeted market exposure with a single ETF. So, VTI is a basket of stocks. It is a managed fund. It is comprised of 3,851 holdings, and they are the holdings are weighted by market cap, and that's how you can determine how much exposure you're going to have to the individual stocks within the portfolio. I'm going to show the top 10 holdings within VTI. In addition to having, like I said, nearly 4,000 stocks, it has all 11 sectors. So you're getting diversification by holding this fund. And so you don't have to worry as much when the tech industry, for example, is currently up while utilities and energy is down. By holding an ETF as opposed to individual stocks, you're mitigating the risk of having to deal with the fluctuations of the different sectors. So there are many ETFs to choose from. And many of them, Apple will be the top holding within the ETF. And that's because Apple is currently a $3 trillion company. So as I said, if you're going by a weighted by market cap, that's what's going to bring it into the top position, which it is in the SPY, VOO, as well as VTI. Oh, in addition to the things that I've already mentioned, one of the reasons that I chose VTI is because it has a low expense ratio. Expense ratio is kind of the cost to the investor for owning the shares within the ETF. It's like a management fee that you have to pay for the fund. It also pays a quarterly dividend, which I share whenever I give my monthly dividend portfolio update. I include the dividends that I receive for VTI. So in looking at the top 10 holdings, as I mentioned, I'm trying to create a portfolio where it's 60% ETFs and 20% blue chip stocks. Some of the blue chip stocks that are within the top 10 holdings, but I also invest into individually, are Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, which is Google, and Tesla. And I do that because I wanted to have a higher exposure into those particular stocks. So now that we've gone over what an ETF is, I want to talk a little bit about fractional shares and dollar cost averaging, DCA for short. So fractional shares, what I mean by that is You don't have to buy an entire share of a stock. You can buy it $10 at a time, for example. And dollar cost averaging means as you buy it at different price points, all of the different prices average together. So what this does for you is it allows you to mitigate the risk of investing heavily and not knowing exactly when the best day is to invest, when the stock is going to be at the lowest price point. What I've been doing here is I've literally been investing $10 every day that the market is open. As I mentioned, I started this back on September 12th, 2022. And I'm gonna put lots of little details in here, and I hope it helps to just show you that you don't have to have a lot of money in order to get started with investing. On September 11th, I deposited $20 onto my investment app, the public investing app. And then on September 12th, I deposited an additional $80, which got me to $100. And that $100 was my money to invest for my first 2 weeks. So I know everybody's budget is different, but these are my numbers. You can adjust this. You can do $5 a day. You can do $5 twice a week. You have to figure out what works for you. But if you want to invest, if you want to build wealth, you can find a way. You can make your budget work, and then in time, if you're able to increase, you do it then. But at the same time, you're not letting week after week, month after month, year after year pass, and you're not getting started on your investing journey because you're waiting to have enough money. If you have $10 this week, that's fine. $10 again next week, you're going in the right direction. Okay, so let's start to get a little bit into the results. So on Friday, June 30th, VTI closed at $220.55. My average is $199.10. So over the past 42 weeks that I've been investing, I've been able to get up to 10.2 shares. My total gain is 10.64%, $217.04. So there are many great resources within the investing apps as well as outside. For example, I use etfrc.com to pull some of these stats, and I've gone in there recently and done some comparison of different ETFs to see where the overlap is and what the expense ratio is and stuff like that, to do research. And there's lots of different types of ETFs that you can choose from, whether you want to have a higher exposure to tech or dividends, or just the S&P 500, as opposed to, you know, the broader amount of stocks that I'm talking about here within VTI. You can choose VOO, for example, which will give you exposure to the S&P 500. QQQ gives you exposure to the tech industry. So as opposed to just, especially if you're just starting out, having to choose individual stocks, you can do that along with an ETF like I'm doing. And I'm not giving financial advice here. I'm sharing my journey. And if I could go back 3 or 4 years, I would have started off doing it this way. I did not. I started my daughter's portfolio more recently, and I did it this way, and I see the difference in having a higher amount invested into ETFs and much smaller amounts into individual stocks. So this is the stock market. There is going to be fluctuations, and we all are going to be starting from a different place. So your results may not be my results. Like I said, for my time span, I'm currently up 10.64%. I looked at my daughter's portfolio. Since I've been investing, her investment into VTI is currently up 12.66%. But the rate of return that you get from investing is definitely more significant than just saving. So what I'm talking about here is long-term investing. I invest into my 401k. but I've chosen to do this on my own because I want money that could be accessible to me prior to retirement age, the normal 59.5 retirement age. I know 15 years is a long time, but I'm going to go over some numbers of what you can achieve by committing to investing over a 15-year time span. So imagine you don't do this, you will have zero at the end of this time frame, whether it's 5, 10, 15 years. But if you invest $30 per week, you can have $54,000. After 15 years of being consistent, $50 per week is $90,000 at a 10% rate of return. The more that you're able to invest, the higher these numbers will be, but anything is in the right direction. I think so many people are letting the opportunity to invest pass them by. I've been having a few conversations lately, and I'm just hearing it's confusing. I don't understand. I don't have enough money. I don't know what to do. It's not hard. You just have to get the ball rolling. Investing is ownership within a company. So you're going to have to take the time, some of the background work to pull out the social security numbers for the kids and do the paperwork and connect bank accounts and all of that. But taking the time to do that is your path to building wealth. So I'm here showing you my journey, my results. Hopefully, if it's something that you're interested in doing, that you're wondering about doing, that you're intimidated about, that I'm showing you that it's not that hard and it's for us, it's for everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. I want to know, what are you investing already? If you're not investing yet and you're kind of struggling with it, what intimidates you about investing? Thanks for watching.